Guys, welcome to another episode of the Take Podcast. I'm your host, Jackson Burleson, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the craziest week of the NFL season yet, Week 15. But before we get into this episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment what you think, and then share it with all your friends. And then also follow my social medias. I'm going to pop them on the screen. Link in the description will be there, so make sure to go follow those so you do not miss out on any more episodes. And then the Spotify version will be available in the description, so make sure to go listen to that if you do not want to listen to the YouTube version. And then go check out the Take Sports articles. The link in the description will be there as well. I write a bunch of that out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into today's pod. Now, this is a very good pod, and I'm very excited to talk about Week 15. Now, my take of the day, you guys, is that Bill Belichick is ruining Mac Jones' career. Mac Jones, he's a great player. I really think this guy can be a very good quarterback in this league. It's just the problem is they do not trust him in New England. This coaching staff does not trust him to throw the ball deep. They do not allow him to take advantage of the big plays downfield. They make him throw screen passes, all these under routes. I mean, I'm just sick and tired of watching Mac Jones not have his potential being fulfilled in New England. And I think it's time for Mac Jones to have a different situation besides the New England Patriots. I think it's time for Mac Jones to reassess his career and request a trade, because clearly being in New England is not a good fit for him. They don't have any good receivers around him. They don't have anyone for him to throw the football to. So it's really a big problem for Mac Jones because he can't thrive the way he wants to. I mean, their running game is, that's the best part of their offense, but getting Mac Jones that trust and giving him the keys to this offense will be key for the Patriots to really be a good team down the road, because they just haven't been a good team without Mac Jones not having the keys to the offense, because it just seems like Bill Belichick is very controlling. He's very close-minded about letting Mac Jones open up this offense and do what he wants. And first of all, Matt Patricia is a terrible offensive coordinator. He is a defensive-minded coach. He was a defensive coordinator during these Super Bowl teams for the New England Patriots, not an offensive coordinator. McDaniels was the offensive coordinator when Patricia was the defensive coordinator. So put Patricia on defense. Don't fire him, but put him on defense, because clearly he is not a good offensive coordinator. He is very conservative with the football. He doesn't do anything to benefit this offense at all. At all. And then Bill Belichick's son, get him out of there. He doesn't do anything. He literally looks like a crackhead on the sidelines. He doesn't belong there. Get him out of there. Seriously. Like, the Patriots seriously should not have lost this game against the Las Vegas Raiders. They shouldn't have. The way they lost this game, you got Ramondre Stevenson running. He gets like a 35-yard run. Unbelievable run. Like, it's a tie game. It's 24-24. There's no need for you to do a lateral there. Just get tackled, go to the ground, go to overtime where you guys have a chance. But nope, he decides to do a lateral to Jacoby Myers, where Jacoby Myers throws it back to Mac Jones, and then Chandler Jones, and then he throws it to Chandler Jones. He catches it. Chandler Jones stiff arms Mac Jones, and then he runs it to the end zone with no time left at all. Like, that's probably the craziest finish in NFL history. That's got to be. That's got to be the craziest finish in NFL history. Like that, and that was probably the dumbest finish in NFL history. The Patriots should have forced overtime. The Raiders have been sorry. That was honestly, a win is a win in the NFL, but like, that was a crappy win. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, the Raiders, they have really underachieved this year. They're not going to make the playoffs, but that was a cruddy win. That was not a good win at all. At all, you guys. But the craziest thing about this entire weekend was the Colts blowing a 33-point lead. The Vikings make history. They make history in Minnesota. They, first of all, achieve something no other team has achieved by accomplishing the largest NFL comeback in NFL history. The largest NFL comeback ever. 33 points. And who is the quarterback on that losing side? That is Matt Ryan. Man, this guy's got to have PTSD from all these comebacks, because, geez, he cannot catch a break. You blew a 25-point lead against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. and you blew a 33-0 lead at halftime against the Minnesota Vikings. First of all, how did the Colts not keep a 33-point lead? It is not that difficult. You just have to score a field goal at least every other time you go down the field. Seriously. Like, that's literally all you have to do if you're the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts, first of all, are a terrible football team. They were god-awful. God-awful. I mean, Jeff Saturday has done what he can. They have no receiving core. Jonathan Taylor, he's been banged up, so he hasn't been the same version of himself as he was last year. And then Matt Ryan, he just turns the football over so much. He doesn't make good decisions. He's old. Matt Ryan, you need to retire. Your career is over after this game because you've had way too many comeback losses. Way too many. Way too many. You were just not designed to win games. Simple as that. You just need to hang up the cleats, bud. Like, I'm sorry. It's just time for you to retire. Colts, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. But for the Vikings, I mean, they win the game, yes, but this does concern me because they were down 33-0. Against all these other good teams in the playoffs, they're not going to be able to play this bad and win like this. Absolutely not. No way that happens. No way. So the Vikings need to get their act together because Justin Jefferson, honestly, he's really impressed me for the amount of hits he has taken, and to be able to hold on to the football is honestly unreal. This guy literally will catch the ball and just get absolutely decked and still hold on to the ball. And most players in the NFL would fumble the football at that point. But Justin Jefferson, he's a different breed. Kirk Cousins, I mean, he played decent, but he's just not making the accurate throws he should be making. And Dalvin Cook, I mean, he's a good running back, but they need to get the run game going a little bit more. This is a game that the Vikings need to look at and really assess why they got themselves in the 33-0 hole in the first place, and look at this film and not let that happen again. Because if they play like this, they are not doing anything in the playoffs. A first-round exit is in their foreseeable future. But speaking of losing, my stupid Cowboys lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Dak Prescott throws 2 interceptions for the second week in a row. The second week. Like, what is going on here? What is going on? I literally predicted in my last podcast the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to win this game because we play below our competition. And look what we do. We lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars and we play below our competition. Like, are you actually kidding me? Like, I'm sorry I'm getting so angry, but this is so frustrating. First of all, I got a bone to pick with Kellen Moore here. Kellen Moore, you were literally in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, 3rd and 10, you have the ball with a minute left, 3-point lead. 3-point lead, and you decide to throw it deep on 2nd and 10 and 3rd and 10. Why aren't you running the football? You have Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. What the heck are you doing? Kellen Moore, you need to get out of here. Honestly. Like, let Kellen Moore walk. Just fire him. Fire him. Like, absolutely, fire him. Like, let Mike McCarthy take control of the offense. Because clearly, Kellen Moore, with the keys to the offense, is not a good thing. We're going to lose football games because he's not a good situational coach at all. Like, at all. And Dak Prescott, you need to play better. You need to play better. I'm sick and tired of Dak Prescott. This is literally the last straw I've had with Dak Prescott. Now I'm getting impatient because this guy has been in the league 8 years, has won 1 playoff game, and continues to lose against bad teams and play against bad teams. He has great receiving cores. He literally has CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, okay? Now he's got T.Y. Hilton. Dalton Schultz, I don't even consider him a good receiver. He can't catch the football for his life. But then you got Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott, an amazing defense, the best defense in the NFL, and then you literally have one of the best offensive lines. And Dak's excuse, what is it? I'm sorry, I'm waiting for the excuse. Exactly. There's no excuse for this guy to be losing games like this. None. And if we're paying him $40 million per year, He should be getting us out of these situations. He needs to take control of the game. Can take control of it. He has thrown 10 interceptions in the first half this year. Like, are you actually kidding me? I'm being prepared as a Cowboys fan this year for us to lose in the first round of the playoffs because I really am not trying to break any TVs. I'm really not trying to damage any property. So if they lose in the first round of the playoffs, that's okay. I just need to prepare for it now so I'm not angry later because last year I was not prepared for it. I thought, oh, this is our year. We're going to win a Super Bowl. We have the best team in the NFL. Nope. Dak Prescott chokes once again. This guy literally cannot play under pressure at all. Like, he's just like Tony Romo, guys. Tony Romo was talented. He could throw the football down the field. He could win us games during the regular season. But when it came to playoff time, this guy literally disappeared out of nowhere. Literally would be gone. This guy would be absolutely gone. Like, I'm so tired of it. And Jerry Jones saying that Dak Prescott played well against the Jacksonville Jaguars makes me even more irritated. Even more irritated than I already am. Jerry Jones, how can you sit there and say a guy who threw 2 interceptions and lost the game played well? No, you can't say that. You cannot say that, Jerry Jones. Like, you actually, like, what are you on? What kind of drugs are you taking, Jerry Jones? What game were you watching? Did he play well? I don't think so. Whew, man. I'm going to lose my mind about the Cowboys. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, honestly, like, Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. He is a really good quarterback. He is the future of this team. He is a very accurate passer. He's very good outside the pocket. He's a good leader. I mean, I see him communicating with his teammates on the sidelines. I mean, this guy, you get some players around Trevor Lawrence next year, they can make some noise in the AFC. That's for sure. I love what Trevor Lawrence is doing in Jacksonville. Love it. And Doug Peterson is a perfect coach for him because he is a winning coach. He has won a Super Bowl. That is perfect for Trevor Lawrence because he needs experience. He needs leadership from a guy who's been there. So I like the way this Jacksonville Jaguars organization is heading. But let's go ahead and stay in the NFC East here. The Philadelphia Eagles lose Jalen Hurts to a shoulder injury. Now, we don't know if he's going to play or not Saturday against the Eagles. It's kind of up in the air right now if he's going to play. I really don't know what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts. I mean, for my sake as a Cowboys fan, I would not want him to play because we're going to lose if he's playing. We're going to lose if he's playing. But, like, honestly, like, Jalen Hurts, I just don't know, like, I just don't know if he's MVP in my eyes. I really want to say Patrick Mahomes is MVP, but Jalen Hurts, he's definitely up there for MVP. I mean, the way he's throwing the football accurately is incredible to me. And then his ability to run with the football is amazing. But the Eagles, without him, it's just going to be a real challenge for them to beat the Cowboys. I just don't see them winning that game at all, in my personal opinion, without Jalen Hurts. Now, if they have Jalen Hurts, that's perfect. They haven't ruled him out yet. I just checked. So if he plays, it's going to be a very different game for the Cowboys. And I want to see what we can do against Jalen Hurts and a healthy Eagles team. I would like to have Jalen Hurts not play because we would win, but at the same time, the Eagles fully healthy will be more beneficial because then it would give me some realistic expectations of what we're going to do this year. Because I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. I don't think any team is beating them. I know their schedule's bad, but I just think the Eagles are so good defensively that any team is going to have a hard time throwing the ball against them. Now, running the ball against them is the way to beat them. And that's why I think the Cowboys are the only team in the NFC that can really beat this team because they run the football better than any team in the NFC. So the Eagles, I mean, we'll see what happens. But they were playing the Bears, who, by the way, did you guys see the play Justin Fields had? I'm definitely going to pop this up on the screen. He literally, like, almost got sacked. Like, he literally had a defensive end on his back, and then he runs out of it, runs for, like, a touchdown, and he does, like, a spin move. I'm just like, bro, like, are you – like, dude, Justin Fields is a different beast. Like, this dude – the Bears have found their franchise quarterback. They just need to get better. They just need to have some receivers around him, get a better offensive line, and they'll be perfect. Get some more leadership in there. I mean, Justin Fields, he's a young player. I think he's going to have one of the best careers in that draft class that he's in. I mean, I love watching Justin Fields. I mean, I think he's a little bit better version of Lamar Jackson down the road. He can throw the football a little more accurately, and he's a little more entertaining to watch. I know Lamar Jackson, he's Showtime. I mean, he's literally one of the best players in the NFL, but Justin Fields, he's just a different beast. I mean, I love watching Justin Fields play. And he has no receivers to throw the ball to, which is making this season for him even more amazing. Even though they're one of the worst teams in the NFL, still, I see this year for Justin Fields as a step in the right direction for him in this Bears team. Now, the Detroit Lions, we're going to stay in the NFC North here. The Detroit Lions get over 500. They're 7-7. They're playing amazing football right now. They beat the Jets, who is an amazing football team on defense. Jared Goff continues to play well. This running game continues to show what they can do. This Lions team is going to make the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs, and they're really going to make some noise. They're going to upset some teams. I think the Lions can make the divisional round. I really do. And I think there's a possibility that they can make the NFC Championship game. I know this is crazy, but they are playing really good football. They have a lot of momentum. They're the hottest team in the NFL right now. It's not even close. Dan Campbell, what he's doing, I just love Dan Campbell. He is one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. I wish he was on the Cowboys because we need him yelling at us like that. But like the Lions, they're the most underrated team in football right now. They're going to be the most slept on team in the NFL. They're my sleeper pick to make the Super Bowl. Like, honestly, they have Jared Goff, who's already been to a Super Bowl. They have a great defense. They have a good running game. They have solid receivers. I just think they can make a deep run in these playoffs. And there's a good chance because they showed it against the Jets defense that is very, very good. One of the best defenses in the league. Zach Wilson, I think his career is over, honestly. It just seems like he's lost the locker room in New York. They don't really seem like he is the guy. They don't look to him and be like, okay, Zach Wilson's going to be able to get us a win. Mike White is the future franchise quarterback. I said it here. I said it now. Mike White is the future franchise quarterback. When he returns from injury, he will be starting. Zach Wilson will be on the bench. They're going to have to figure out what they're going to do in the offseason with Zach Wilson because I think he's going to have to get traded for them to really do something. But and they can get pieces for Zach Wilson. I mean, he's a young player. He still has a decent arm. He just needs to get a little smarter on the football field. I mean, his football IQ is not the greatest. So, we'll see what happens with Zach Wilson. But Dolphins, guys, the Dolphins, what happened? First of all, I want to touch on Mike McDaniels for the Dolphins real quick. First of all, you need to run the football more. You need to call more football. If you're going to have Raheem Mostert and all these other running backs, Jeff Wilson, Myles Gaskin, if you're going to have all these running backs and not run the ball on 3rd and 1 multiple times, then don't even think about signing these guys in the offseason. Like, what's the point of getting all these guys if you're not going to run the football? I mean, the Dolphins are one of the worst teams at running the football because they just don't do it. They don't do it at all. And not running the football lost this game against the Bills because I get it. They got Tua. They got Jalen Waddle. They got Tyreek Hill. They got all these receivers on the outside. But they're just not going to get it done when you need a first down. Like, when you need a first down, 1 yard, you need to just pound it in. I mean, that's all you need to do. And the Dolphins are a good football team, but I'm losing a little bit of faith in the Dolphins. Their defense is not really showing what they can truly do. Bradley Chubb has been completely vacant. I don't even know where he's been. Like, he's on the team. Like, I honestly forgot he was on the team. That's how much of an impact he's been having since he's been traded there. But the Dolphins, I mean, they can still do something this year. I just don't think they're going to make the AFC Championship game like I thought they were. I think I was expecting a little bit more from the Dolphins that they're not really giving me. So, but for the Bills, I mean, this is a big win. I mean, they're the number 1 seed in the AFC. Josh Allen's playing amazing football right now. This defense is playing at an elite level. Their run game is starting to figure it out a little bit. The Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs will be in the AFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl this year. It will come down to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen once again in the AFC Championship game. I predicted it here. That is going to happen. That is going to be the matchup of the century. That is going to be the most anticipated matchup ever, and the game is going to be in Buffalo. So it will be very interesting to see how Kansas City will play on the road against Josh Allen, because it's a very different team at home for the Buffalo Bills. Now, for the Kansas City Chiefs, they won in overtime against the Houston Texans, which I'm not really kind of like making a big deal out of it. I mean, the Texans have been giving a lot of teams problems recently because they just are tired of losing. I get it, but they need to tighten up a little bit. I know Jerick McKinnon, he's been a great running back for this team as well. He's been a really good receiving back. They have Isaiah Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon, two elite running backs that they can use as very lethal weapons in this postseason. I mean, the Chiefs are going to be very dangerous. And if you think their Chiefs are not going to make the AFC Championship game, I think you might be a little crazy depending on if they play the Bengals. Because if they play the Bengals or not, that's going to be up for debate on, because the Bengals have their number. Joe Burrow has never lost a start against Patrick Mahomes. So we're going to really see what happens. I mean, honestly, this is going to be the craziest NFL playoffs ever. Like, last year was crazy, but this year is going to be even wilder. And I can't wait for this NFL season to start to unfold. But this is going to go ahead and do it for today's episode of the Take Podcast here. I hope you guys are really enjoying these episodes. I really love making these. But before I close out this pod, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, and share. And then check out the Spotify version. The link will be in the description. Check out the Take articles. The link will be in the description for that, the take.sport.blog. And then I'm going to pop my social medias up on the screen, so make sure to go follow those so you do not miss out on any more episodes. So links in the description, so go follow those. But I'm Jackson Burleson, and this has been another episode of the Take Podcast. You take care.